Hello there, friend. Welcome to Start Early today. Hope you're doing well wherever you may be. Hope your house is intact and in order. Hope you have a nice roof over your head. Hope you had a good night's sleep, maybe around 6 to 8 hours. Maybe your life is well organized. Maybe your living situation is in transition and you're now redeeming yourself and recreating and creating your future self. Where are you in your journey? Have you been taking a hard look at how things are? Well, don't make it too hard. Just have a clear, honest look and a quick assessment on where you are each day so your path can be clear. Because our life keeps on going, the time keeps on, the days will go whether we like it or we do not like it. So it's best that we nudge ourselves in the right direction, and it's best to have a North Star, even though it circumambulates. Okay? We will never get it done, and we will never get it wrong too. What do we mean by that? We never get it done, so do not put all of your efforts and energy towards the attainment of your goal, but rather put your energy and love whilst on your journey, whilst in the process. So you'll never get it done, because after a certain thing there will be another thing. We're in constant motion, if I may say. It just keeps on moving, and we're just on a ride, the ride of your life, the wave as you surf it. You know, we just surf God's waves, and we're here just trying to cling on to things, the very little things that we know, thinking that it's solid, and it always changes. The next thing we know, the thing that we're holding on to disappears, and we fall into the abyss of not knowing. And then once we switch on that faith, we're automatically caught. We float the moment we let go of all the needing to know and wanting to know and the insecurity. You are secure. This is the whole point of our podcast, is to start early and establish your stance, establish your groundedness and your foundation. How's your coffee? My friend, are you drinking decaf? Are you drinking black or a cafe au lait with steamed oat milk? That has been my drink lately. This brand for today I got in a... This is not a fancy brand. It's called a chock full of nut. A heavenly roast. I love the title, and the logo is a guy holding a bat as if he was gonna do a home run. So it's a pretty inspirational canister. I like diving into packaging and, consumer packaged goods. They're a form of art as well, and they're a gateway to endless possibilities too. It's a film. It's a motion picture if you see those packaging, and they also have inspirational quotes, and you get to read and educate yourself in the nutritional side of things if you turn to the back side of it. Okay, make sure there are no chemicals, and make sure that all the ingredients are natural. You know how to do that? Just familiarize yourself with the letter V. Look for the word vegan, and look for avoid items that has number, like yellow -5. Avoid that. Avoid gummy things like xanthan gum or stuff that that ends in OSE. Okay. The newer products today, they're really good, like AG1, Kachava. It's a superfood. People are going back into nature. Oh, the mushroom drinks are good too. Republica. What's your favorite mushroom drink? What's this guy? Mud water. It's good too. He has a good ad campaign I always see on Instagram. And I'll be receiving a mushroom coffee drink too, so be on the lookout for that. We will be making videos and reviewing it. They're nice enough to reach out to me and talk to me and interested in the being featured and here in startearlytoday.com. Okay, how's it going? Okay, we discussed coffee. Make sure you do not drink your coffee immediately after waking. Leave around 3 hours after waking so that your cortisol spikes up and balances first, because immediately consuming caffeine, you'll end up becoming dependent to it and will cause you imbalance and will cause you a whole lot of trouble, and you don't like that. Listen and learn to Andrew Huberman. He's a great source of all of these scientific stuff of the brain and the chemicals. Yesterday we discussed spaciousness, untetheredness, and points of power. Those will be our prompts for our next post, and very nice words to meditate on. Spaciousness, stillness, clarity. So make sure you carry these words in your brain. Make sure it's easily accessible and easily so you can remind yourself all throughout the day that you are centered, you're expansive, you are resilient. Okay, how's your morning routine? Have you been meditating? Meditate on the mantras and visualize your ideal self. Really visualize and paint a picture of a world that is of your ideal, that contains you, and practice imagining through the 5 senses. If you are looking forward into owning a new car, really imagine the smell of the new car entering your nostrils and feeling the steering wheel upon the sensation of the palms. Okay? So knowing this spaciousness and relaxed centeredness, and no one is judging you but yourself, okay? Do not take things personally. With all these things, you get to craft a new version of yourself, one that is more creative, confident, and open to newer things. Since we talk about time passing, whether we like it or we do not like it, it's best to really approach it with sophistication and confidence. You approach it with knowingness that you are eager to learn and you're strong and capable. So face things with an open chest and with the shoulders pulled back. Open up the heart, lead with the heart, see with the heart. See through the sacred heart of Jesus, as they say. Okay? I would like to focus today on being specific. Specificity. That's a really good theme. Become specific on what you really are about. What is the painting of your life? What does that look like? What is your story? Okay? And in being specific, you get to clear out unnecessary things, all the trivial matters that block your windshield. So give your bifocals a quick wipe. Get clear and specific on what you want and what you desire, what you're about, what you like about your life, Be specific on what's bothering you. And once you get to know the root of things, it's easy to navigate how to go about your moment to moment. Yesterday we talked about being a diligent pilot or driver of your life. So you drive your life, you pick the time of your waking, you pick the time of your working. Okay, so have a rough schedule, like 3 hours I'll dedicate to this, an hour I'll dedicate to this. So I hope you're doing well wherever you may be. Okay, startearlytoday.com if you want some insights on. It's all about, I'm trying to build this site that is all about starting the day early, because the early mornings really give me inspiration and clarity. That's what we all need to. Just need to be clear, specific, and then you apply your agency. Okay? Knowing where you are, becoming aware, acknowledge the important things, and then once we know that, it's time to move your hands and the mind in conjunction and together like an orchestra. Okay, they go hand in hand, and once you start pushing yourself into motion, momentum builds, repetition arises, and new doors open. Okay, do not be afraid of discomfort. It's okay. That's the nature of life. Do not wait for nature to teach you. Teach yourself. Make the hard choices right now, so eventually your life becomes easy. Okay? If you pick up something heavy at the beginning of your day, the rest of your day will be light. So pick up something heavy, bang out 100 push-ups. And if you impose this voluntary difficulty, okay, in your day-to-day, first thing in the morning, the rest of your day will be calm and peaceful and tranquil and clear and expansive. That's how I feel. I feel like my container is really big, and I'm more resilient and accepting when I really do hard exercises in the morning. Because I think, and I know I heard from all the podcasts that I've been listening to, our body is meant for difficulty. We were built to run. Our anatomical structure. We were built to run according to the book. Oh, there's a bunny hopping about. I honor you, bunny. A little mindfulness with the animals. He's just hopping about, alone. Maybe he's in search for a carrot. Who knows? Or maybe a friend. Maybe a friend bird. From a distance, there's a bird and there's a bunny. I see they're connecting. They're being closer to each other now. Oh man, yeah. Staring at animals really drops you into the present moment, and the present moment is where the power is, my friend. Okay? Where were we? Yeah, the anatomical body. We are built to run. We are meant to outrun horses. Why is this? Why do you think this is possible? We're able to outrun animals because of our ability to sweat, and we're able to regenerate energy. And the horsepower is limited. They're bound to pass out because they tend to overheat. But humans, we get to sweat. We have this technology to outrun them. And so I think we still got that DNA that you need to sweat. You need to carry heavy loads, because if not, that energy, that nature, it will turn into, it's bound to come out some way or another. maybe through emotions, or emotions through crying or anger, okay, or confusion. But if you move the things, it becomes, I really like the analogy of the Italian wedding soup. If you stir up the soup, it all just becomes one unit, one flavor, okay? And if you just start running and you get to really get in the flow of what you're doing, all becomes one. You become the thing, you become life, you become all. It's the runner's high, as they call it. This is also what happens if you take psychedelics. The boundaries of your identity will melt and you'll become just one with all. You'll become Jim Carrey becoming the baseball field, if you catch my drift. Have you seen that video? Have you seen that the series of videos wherein Jim Carrey has gone like metaphysical? Yeah, I bet he is a pretty metaphysical dude, because he like signed a check before the job happened. He signed a check for talents rendered, like $1 million for talents rendered, and then he booked this gig for Dumb and Dumber, the film. So going back to the law of inverse transformation, wherein you get to visualize and feel in the mind first, and then the external world will react onto it. So imagine things as smooth flowing and as good as it can ever be. That's your only job. That's the only duty, to feel it, to become it in the mind first, and then to embody it. We were talking about the strength of the body, and really exercise first thing in the morning. It will keep you calm all throughout the day, and get clear and specific on your purpose for today. Alright, becoming specific really helps. So become specific with your goals, become specific with the root cause of what makes you suffer, which is your thoughts, which is your thinking, the way you think about the thoughts. It's not the thoughts, people. We've made that clear in the past episode, that thoughts arise and your thinking around them, that is where your freedom lies. Thoughts by themselves have no energy. They are neither good nor bad, but your thinking, this is where the confusion happens. Once you think about the thought, automatically you put a polarity on it, a duality, because when you think of a thing, automatically there's a preferred and there's a non-preferred, okay? But if you leave thoughts as is and you're just an open vessel and an open observer, there is no preference. And with no preference, there's no disappointment, no expectations, only discovery. So stay in this position of the curious observer, non-judging, only praising, okay? So just praise some things, make it nice, make it clean, guide it, nurture it, support it, okay? So yesterday we talked about putting yourself in the position wherein you can give. So you just give, you support quietly, okay? So specificity, that can be your theme for today. Become specific, like what is this? Become specific, narrow it down to even its barer essential. Okay, if you cut to the core of what is really essential, you'll revert to your atom, okay, to your God sense, to your astralness, that you are a spine and a third eye, and you resonate and you vibrate and you beat like a orb. Imagine an orb that's vibrating binaural sounds like vroom, 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 vroom. You are just that. That's the essence of your being. And for a little while you pretend that you are this Martha, you are this Joe, for a certain number of years, learning what you need to learn and being that. Okay, so speaking of the I Am That book, the whole essence of the I Am That is you are the one who dwells in all beings. So imagine an essence of you being part of all beings, even the animals and the rocks. And you are also the one whom which all beings dwell. That you are it. Like, dissolve your barrier. Okay? Dissolve the barrier, which is the skin, through your imagination and become one with all. Okay? This is not too... is it too far-fetched? Is it too far? Imagine you are the tree and the sky. This is not just poetry. If you imagine that you are everybody, you'll end up being kinder because you won't treat anybody like you treat yourself. Do you catch my drift? And going even like prior to that, the first thing you need to do even more is to go back to yourself and forgive yourself. Forgive yourself from all your from the guilt, okay, from your self-imposed guilt, generational imposed guilt, ancestral imposed guilt. You can renew and recharge yourself right now. That's the whole essence of Start Early Today. Starting the day anew with a new pair of eyes. Seeing things with a more, with a stronger stance, with a more helpful, stronger, more capable, more open version of yourself. Okay, so when we say become part of all things, it is you expanding yourself to your limitations. Expand yourself from self-imposed limitations or limitations imposed by your externals. And you can do this by self-mastery. You educate yourself and become informed and strengthen yourself physically, mentally, biologically. Change your biological makeup. Have you checked out Brian Johnson? He runs this company called Blueprint, and his goal is to longevity. His goal is longevity, like to never grow old. And there's a difference between your chronological age and your biological age. We are made up of many ages within us, and you can renew yourself through proper diet, exercise, habits, and thinking. Google epigenetics as well. Becoming Superhuman by Joe Dispenza. There's a lot of gems there. Okay, so become familiar with things that you can control and cannot control. Okay, there are things that you can only influence. This is your work. You can only influence your work. You can only influence people around you by example, but the way they will behave, the way your externals will behave is uncontrollable. You can only influence it. So there's a difference between control and influence. So let go of control. That's another good thing to keep in mind. Let go of control. Not knowing is a great place to be. Do not control. Only deal with things that you can control. It is what you're gonna drink for today. Make sure it's healthy. Shout out to all the mushroom coffee makers of the world. I'm excited to give you all a try. And we all know that goals are important, but take stock and importance to systems. Systems are more important than goals. If you want to do a one-shot project and leave it alone, goals are good for you. Like if you want a certain goal and you finish it and then you're done with it, that's good for you. But what's better than that is building systems, because in building systems you become the type of person who does, right? An example would be, the goal is to run a marathon. The goal is to run the marathon, but the bigger goal is to become the person who runs. Okay. So focus more on the feeling and the type of person you are becoming. You know, it's not the chair that you're building. It's how you feel as you do the chair, and becoming the type of person who builds chairs. Do you catch my drift, my friend? Okay, so we tackled specificity, keep that in mind, and control and influence. We also tackled goals and systems. And I suggest that you suffer or sacrifice now, and then if you sacrifice a specific thing, like doing a certain number of push-ups, if you do it consistently, gradually the suffering decreases and the benefits rise up. It's like an investment. Okay, the higher the return, the higher the risk. But consistent dollar cost averaging, consistent small investment. But if you do it for years, the effects will be compounding. Same goes with habits and the way you manage your day. What about you? How's it going? How's it going in your kitchen? How's it going in your journal? Okay? Is everything going good? Are you being kind to yourself? That's also a good thing to look at. How am I relating to myself? Am I too conscious of how people think about me? In cognitive behavioral therapy, that is called spotlight effect, where you overestimate the way people think about you. But in reality, really, people think of themselves. That's the nature of the individual. Okay? So focus on yourself. Mind your own beeswax. Try to provide value to others. This is putting yourself in the position to be generous by cultivating talents or riches to support others. Do what you can to make things nice. Flower up your garden and tidy up your car, because the success of the world lies in the integrity of each individual. Okay? The world war stops if the war in the heart stops, and it starts with you. How do you feel inside when you look in the mirror? How do you feel about your face? Look at your face in the mirror, give yourself a high five, and know that you'll never be as young as right now. Okay? And your face is your face. Your teeth are your teeth. You are approved. You are unique. You are beautiful. Okay? Because God created such diversity that there are all kinds of faces, and you got the one that you got, and you might think it's not good by a certain category, but for another person's set of eyes, it might be the most beautiful thing. And you can wear those pair of looking glass also. Look through the glass of beauty. Make everything you see beautiful, and it starts with your face in the mirror while you brush your teeth. And sneak in a little gratitude in there. Be thankful that you have a pair of eyes and eyebrows and skin. Become thankful that you have a heart that beats. Become thankful of your shoulders. Relax them. Okay, as you start out your day, come up with a daily mission for yourself as well. Give yourself a small pep talk, like you got this, instead of avoiding. Like, look for duties, okay? Look for responsibilities that will be of benefit to yourself and others. Maybe it will help sharpen a talent. How do you communicate to the world? Practice articulating what's inside of you through writing and communicating and expressing. How would you express the beauty that is inside you today? How will you best express the beauty that you feel inside of you today? Because happiness is only real when shared. That's Alexander Supertramp. Got lost in the woods, ate some wrong berries, and departed. Shout out to you, Alexander Supertramp. Have you seen that film, Into the Wild? In the Wild? Into the Wild. It's pretty wild. It took it really far. He took it seriously. Like, don't take society too seriously. Thank society for its organization and helping things to be in order. Like lights are lighting up, there's electricity. Like, go the middle way. Go to the middle way. Do not be too much of a follower, and do not be much of an outcast too, like Alexander Supertramp. Although his intentions are nice, maintain balance. We're just here to maintain the balance of the two sides of the pancake, which is the other one to undercook and the other one overcooked. Okay, you're in the middle, my friend. You're in the middle. You are both sides of the coin, a head and a tail at the same time. You are in the middle of the conscious and the subconscious. You're in the middle of manifest and unmanifest. You're in the middle of spirit and body. Okay? You're in the middle of absolute and relative. So what's going on? What have you been up to? Just browsing through prompts here that might be of help. We've also discussed non-attachment, impermanence, gratitude, presentness, and movement. Those are the things that we need to take into heart. So first thing, we got a squirrel right over here hopping about. Maybe he's looking for his rabbit friend. Okay, hopping about. I love their color. It's is it brown or green? Brown. Light brown, and they just look so cuddly, fuzzy, and cute. So squirrels, bunnies, and reindeers. Those are the things you cannot find in the tropics. I used to live in the tropical islands, but now in America I'm revering all these majestic animals. Okay. Hope you're doing well. I think that's it for today. Subscribe and share startearlytoday.com, makebeerthyheart.substack.com. It's officially summer. What's the plan? Gonna go hiking, gonna go for a picnic. I'm looking into these outdoor camping stoves. I'm really into cooking in the outdoors and maybe a lot of yoga. Clear blue skies out there. Okay, may you go forth and manifest and deploy your mission with ease, balance, control. Go for small but continual, okay? Small effort but perpetual, rather than one big shot grandiose scheme, okay? Rise up to the challenge and be the person you're meant to be, because it's out there, folks, but we gotta get off our butts and show up for it. Showing up is half the battle. That's according to Adam Sandler from the Big Daddy film. Okay, I think that's it for today. Thanks for hanging out. Till tomorrow. Tell your friends, peace and love, and you are great. There's nothing you cannot be, do, or have. Namaste.